roll-up for American Idol. Also, along those lines, I just want to let you know, I've heard that Wayne Jancic is going to be on ABC early show next Friday at 6:15 a.m. But, you know, he'll be on there. What happened was they found this rock and roller who also does school social work. And so they went to the school, and they said, "Where's your office?" And when he showed him where he works, he says, "Look, it's not about the space, it's about working with kids. It's our own personal, how we work with kids. That's what, you know, is helping these kids." They were so impressed that they're going to do a series and put in the can about us as underdogs, you know, and being the, you know, the unsung heroes of CPS. So please get a hold of Wayne if you have any stories or any inspiration that you want to give. He's the person for you to contact. So I want to at least let you know that out there, because I think it's great. We need all the publicity we can get. Okay, let's work out what the rules are. Right before they came up here, I had all drawn numbers, and if they're seated according to the number that they drew. We're going to start the process where they, if you see the agenda, they got this series of questions prior to the meeting because we felt we wanted to get some information from them. And as you can see, these are the questions. We put it on the agenda for you so you can kind of follow along and see how you feel about how they were answering the questions. So they're going to have 7 minutes each to answer the first set of questions, and then we're going to move on to the second set of questions. At the moment, the first group is going to be C, and it's going to go to Debbie Lynch, you know, Pat and Linda Porter and Karen, in that order first. When we move on to the second set of cluster of questions, it will start with Debbie Lynch. We are doing the best we can, as we know that being CPS, we don't have an awful lot of resources, you know, for everybody to have a mic. And so we'll start now. Carol Hayes is going to be the timekeeper. She has signs that will say, she has a green sign when it is 1 minute. She has a yellow sign, which will be 30 seconds. And then there is a red one for stop. And then we move on to the next one. So let's start now.
Thank you, Ms. Hickey. My name is Ted Hachi-Harris, and for the last 5 years, I've been working in contract enforcement and interpretation for the Chicago Teachers Union in the capacity of a field rep. Before I tell you a little bit more about myself, I want to first thank all of you here for your vital services to the children of Chicago with special needs and both immediate daily needs. So thank you very much for your service, and you deserve a big hand for what you do every day. Thank you very much for that. My Vice President, Michael McGuest, is here, so he's going to switch seats with my candidate for Financial Secretary, Teresa. For the last 20 years, I've taught in a number of elementary schools. I've seen and worked with clinicians on a regular basis, and your service is very important to the children of the system, and we applaud that. Our concerns at the C Caucus are the impact of what board policies will do, what board policies can do to your positions as clinicians. Also, we're concerned about the lack of solid contract language in Articles 19, 20, and 21 of the Collective Bargaining Agreement. The language in those articles are not very pertinent to your job protection. And what the School Employee Alliance would do, and what I would try to initiate as president of the Teachers Union, would be to try to strengthen your positions with specific contract language in those 3 articles. The Board of Education constantly creates policies on a regular basis that has an impact on our entire membership. I've seen it for the last 5 years. I've fought it for the last 5 years. And as your president, I will do whatever I can to increase your job protections through specific contract language. I've been successful in over 80% of my cases in representing teachers, high school, elementary teachers in grievances. I filed over 250 grievances, and I represented Chicago Teachers Union members in over 1,000 cases. So what the School Employee Alliance offers is experience, being able to hit the ground running from day one. And we can provide the change that I think the consensus is that we need without the inexperience or the lack of ability to run the union and deal with the Board of Education. Board of Education is a very powerful organization, and I know how they think, I know how they maneuver, I know what they try to do, and I've seen them try to attack members of our union by reorganizing or restructuring the departments. I think that's what our biggest concern is, and I believe we can put the contract language in to protect you. Now, the biggest issues out there, the one issue that took the forefront in our April 7th debate was the fact that the Board of Education is stating now that they don't have the money to pay our raises. Huberman has been very clear about that, even in an article yesterday. I brought the article with me. He says that the teachers have to make concessions. In examining the contract article 47-2.2, I examined it carefully, I've looked at it carefully, and unfortunately the reality is contractually the 4% raises are not guaranteed. And if the union doesn't follow the specific contract language in Article 47-2, our 4% raises could be in jeopardy. So that is a very big concern of mine. It was brought up at the April 7th debate for the delegates that my intention was to reopen the contract. That is not my intention. In fact, that's a completely different contract article. Discussing the 4% raises is not reopening the contract. So that's something that we're very concerned about. In addition to that, now it seems like the Board of Education wants something from the Chicago Teachers Union. And that is equivalent to close to $200 million in those 4% salary increases. Well, that gives the union some leverage. And that's where my expertise and my background in dealing with the contract will come to the forefront, and hopefully we can benefit that way in some way, shape, or form. The contract is valid until 2012, but again, let me reiterate that according to Article 47-2.2, the raises are not guaranteed. So when it comes to answering some of the specific questions, I think our website hits the nail right on the head if you look at our mission statement. Our mission statement and our prologue to our mission statement says that throughout the last decade, our union has consistently been weakened. Our membership has seen the deterioration of contract provisions, historically high job losses, the institution of an unfair employee discipline code, infighting amongst our union caucuses, and board policies that have eroded the security that once ensured teaching professionals a full pension at retirement. And I think when I saw the questions in advance that our prologue, I looked at it and I said, that hits the nail, our prologue hits the nail right on the head. And the School Employee Alliance, my caucus, was created to, the School Employee Alliance was formed to reverse the downfalls of the last decade and build the first ever multi-caucus Chicago Teachers Union. Our union, for the history of our union, and I've been dealing with it firsthand as a delegate for the last decade, the infighting has been horrible. And we need a leader who can bring all the caucuses together. And I believe I'm that leader, and I think if we all work together, we can achieve some great goals when it comes to securing the jobs of every clinician in the city.